back to working on video clips in streams. All right, so how do we do this? There is a let's see, there's a command line tool. Generate, there we go. Diesel CI, migration, generate, add clips to, wait, no, what am I doing? Add metadata to video clips. That's what I want to do, right? I want a migration that's going to add all these additional columns to the video clips table. And I need to be in the right directory for this. So all of our, for good or ill, all of these tables, their migrations exist inside of CRUD API. So I need to be in that folder. Okay. And we have an up and we have a down. Probably the easiest way to go about like figuring out exactly what we're doing is to, at least my thought at the moment, is to do this in pgadmin. Alternatively, I could probably have Copilot just generate some SQL for me. That could be fun, just to see where that goes. So, add the following columns to the video clips table. It's a good guess. So we want to add, hey, do I still have Postman? We can actually use this as a reference, right? Because we have the exact data that the API is going to be returning that we want to capture. We want to capture all this stuff from this API because we're going to have a button that's automatically going to populate these fields so that we can capture it. So we have a audio bitrate. We're going to have audio track count, content type. That's a good guess. Duration, file name, height. We skip some things here. File name, frame rate, height, width, video bit rate. We're not capturing video codec. We could have FF Pro return that, but I just didn't. There's going to be one video track. We don't need that either. Video bit rate, size is the thing. Height, width, frame rate. We already got. Last modified, I guess, is a thing. It will be different than like the updated app column that we already have for the record itself. This is the last modified timestamp from the file itself. And I think that's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And we also want the URI. Which is called URI in here because this request was done before we changed the API to return URI. So, audio bitrate is an integer. Audio track count. Content type. It's not a text. It's let me just call it varchar. Sure. add column duration. It is not an integer though, obviously. What are the column types in Postgres? So this is kind of why I wanted to do this inside of the PG admin UI. So we can do both. Can we? Let's see. Interesting. Create column. Definition. And we have all these different data types. So many data types. I mean, there should be like a decimal. No. Double and single precision, presumably. Numeric. Okay. You know what? If I'm going to do this, I might as well pull up the Postgres data types. So there are integer types, arbitrary precision numbers, floating point types, and serial types. Yeah, I thought that was a decimal. User specified position exact. Ooh. Okay. Numeric and decimal. Huh. These look exactly the same. And then real, double precision, small serial, serial, big serial. So arbitrary precision numbers. Numeric data type can store numbers with very large number of digits. Monetary amounts, other quantities where exactness is required. Is exactness required though? What are we trying to achieve here? So duration. This is in seconds, right? It's interesting that it's slightly more. It's a fraction of a second long. Well, it's 4 and a fraction of seconds longer than the other ones are. Right, because this is 20 minutes. Right? Is that right? Hold on. 1200 seconds. 60 seconds in a minute. Yeah, 20 minutes. Okay. I don't know why sometimes my brain just refuses to do simple math, simple division. Okay. So we could use a numeric value. We use like decimal or numeric. They are equivalent. Okay. When rounding values, numeric type rounds ties away from 0. Nearest even number. We could just use a real. Alright. I'm not willing to spend any more time on that. Or, wait. I mean, if it's a duration, I could store it as an interval. Wait, didn't we, what are the columns that already exist on video clips, actually? There is a duration. Yeah, there is a duration already, and a start time. Okay, cool. So we don't need to add that, and it is an interval. I'm glad I eventually arrived at what my past self had decided. File name. Let's pretend that it will be 255 characters long. Frame rate, real. Height is integer, hopefully. We have an integer number of pixels. Video bitrate is an integer. Size is... hold on. How big is the integer? Up to... okay. Probably want to go with big int. Just for future proofing. And then what do we got? Height, width. Okay, let me just take these out as I get them. Duration we already had. File name we just added. Frame rate, height, width, video bit rate, and size. Last modified. It's not a big int. It should be a timestamp. And then rename URL to URI. Can we do that as part of this operation like this? I mean, this seems to think so. We could try it. But if I'm going to do that, can we go ahead and write the down migration? Let's see how good Copilot is at writing the down migration for us. Okay. So we have... okay, it's the right number of lines. It might even work. Let's try it. Let's see, migration run. Right. At localhost. Okay, so we're gonna override this command. We're gonna add a database URL equals this whole thing, but db. Failed to run. Add metadata video clip. Syntax error at or near rename. Aww. I guess the syntax highlighting gave it away. That was probably not going to work. How do you rename a column in Postgres? Yeah, alter table, rename column. Old name to thing. Perhaps we cannot actually stack them together like this. Alter table, table name, rename column, old to new. It seems to think it's... okay, that worked. And then redo. Right. Same, whoops. Same deal. There we go. Redo. Rolling back. Awesome. Okay. So now that should have rolled back and then reapplied the migration for us. So if we go over here to this table and we refresh, now we have 19 columns, including URI, which is great. Now, did that update the schema for us in CRUD API? Yes. Beautiful. And now it's URI instead of URL, which means in our model, this should also be URI, and that's going to break some things. Just ignore errors in main.rs because it's like, it's broken because the handlers are broken. So we'll fix the handlers to have a URI. Just fix all the places it warns us about there being something wrong. Like this. Trait bound video clip. Yada 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 yada. Okay, probably we just need to update our structs here. Should be URI. In fact, if we just search for URL, no results there. Good. URL? No. Huh. Why is this still complaining? Update. Trait queryable. Huh. Not sure. Let's just keep fixing things. I mean, one possibility is maybe there's something in the model that is not compatible. Models. Oh, right. So we need to add all the other fields to the video clip model. So now audio bitrate, nullable int 4. Okay. So this is, I think, one of the nicest things about something like GitHub Copilot or whatnot is like, you know, you could sit here and be like, okay, well, pub, and then, oh, it's a content type, okay, and oh, it's nullable, so it should be an option, and it's a varchar, so that should be represented by a string. You could do that, but this works pretty well. All right, so we have this number of lines, size, video bitrate, width, height, frame rate is a float 4, checks out. File name, content type, audio track count, audio bitrate. Okay, so that all seems fine. And oh yeah, hey look, all of our errors went away. So that was the remaining problem, was that we had things in the schema, in the table for video clips that wasn't in our model. So they didn't match up. Okay, so that's that. Now what? Well, in our structs inside of video clip, now inside of stream, yes, we had this inline view of the video clip, and what we want to do is we want to have all of those columns here. Now, I guess the question is, could we just use video clip? The problem with that is that We want ID to be optional. We want ID to also be a string. Maybe. I didn't intend for description to be set as part of this table. I mean, there's going to be so many fields per video clip that why add another one that's not going to be pre-populated by our process. So what I could do what could I do? Let's take all this and we're going to URI. Okay, so there. Now could we use chrono duration and have it like auto? Oh, we need to add deserialize on this as well. There we go. Now, is that compatible? No. Duration is not deserializable. Okay, so that's, I think, why we were using a string. Also, music a little loud. Now, I guess naive date time from chrono is serializable. ISO 8601 combined date and time without time zone. But we don't actually want created or updated at as part of this. But last modified, we have here all these other things as optional fields. And we have duration and start time. So these are the things we want to kind of embed in that table. And now this is all broken. We'll just generate some fake data. Ooh, what is this? Okay, okay. Are you happy with that? It's deprecated. Oh, I see. So this should be from timestamp opt. But Copilot's model of the world doesn't know about that. Okay. Great. So we have some more fake data. And now we want to update the UI to show that. It's going to be great. And we want to show all these fields except for ID because we're going to make a thing in the front end you're going to be able to click that's going to scan all of our files and pre-populate and add entries into this array is what I'm trying to do. That last part, I'm not sure exactly how that's going to work. I don't think I've ever done that in the front end. I guess we could potentially make a custom array input that has that additional behavior, or maybe change the model in the front end or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Let's see. So URI, duration, start time. Oh yeah, we don't need stream ID. Because, again, that's implied by its presence in the stream response. There is no end time, but good try. What's the next one? It should be audio bitrate. My first inclination is to do the thing that the documentation says explicitly not to do, which is to provide a number. So we're not going to do that, or to use type number. That doesn't work. And then Copilot is obsessed with getting the codec, but this is track, count, and then content type. And a lot of these could have more interesting like input types, maybe like doing custom ones, but not going to. File name. Not going to right now anyway. Frame rate, height, width. Now it's getting the picture. Video frame. Oh, never mind. Size. Last modified is a date time input. Okay, that worked. All right, so that's all the fields. Now, if we were to rebuild everything, I got CD up. Let's go. And something failed. Well, you know how... I think I said it, or I started to say that naive datetime appeared to implement deserialize because it wasn't giving me an error. Well, I was wrong. Where is this error coming from? Let's scroll to the top. Handler stream structs. Okay, well, I'll use a string here. Now, there's something to be said for, like, doing something where Sturdy will, like, auto-convert stuff for us. I might do that at some point. But in other places here, clearly I'm just passing around strings to represent the string encoding of the value. And then this is now wrong. All right, last modified a few years ago. And now the music's too quiet. There's just no winning sometimes. All right, so 53. Okay, that was like half an hour ago. Let's restart the front end as well, so we have all those changes. Okay, and somewhere I have a front end. There we go. And there we go. We have a a video clip. It's not very user friendly, but it exists. Now, what do we need to do? A couple of things. A few things. One thing is actually making this so that when we click add, and we put a value here, test4. We click save, that makes a request to update, and it sends the video clip. Oh, that's the response. Let's look at the request. So the request has both the video clip we got before and the new one that has title test4. Of course, the response just has one. That's because we're not doing anything with this input. We need to update the update endpoint, the thing we're putting to accept this data and use it to do something. So that's one thing. The second thing is the get one endpoint. So that, in other words, both get one and update return. Oh, actually, that'll be interesting. Let's let me find here. Okay, here we go. So the update endpoint for stream actually is what I want to look at, not video clip. So with React Admin, when you do whatever you do that causes an update, and it makes whatever your data provider does, it's expected that the response coming back will have the new updated version of the record that you just updated. So that's why in our update handler, we are returning a response that has the stream detail view from the result. And the result is coming from our update, because when we call get result, this method provided by Diesel, maybe if we save, we can. Why is there no hover over? Why have you failed me? Okay, Rust Analyzer is having some issues. Okay, Rust Analyzer, restart server. Anyway, hover over get result should say that when you use get result, it adds a returning star to your update so that you get the record back that you just updated. Now, I don't know how that's going to work if what we want to do is not just get the record, but we also want to do a join and get the associated video clips. Okay, we're still not seeing. Okay, that's unfortunate. Okay, so Diesel docs, Diesel Rust. API docs. 2.1. Can we search for get result? Runs the command and gets the affected, returns the affected row. Is this the one I want to see? Here we go. When this method is called on an insert, update, or delete statement, it will implicitly add a returning star to the query, unless a returning clause was already specified. This method returns the first row, only the first row that was affected, even if more rows are affected. So I think this means that we will have to do more work in update, right? So we'll get results, and results is going to be a stream. Actually, yeah, how is this going to work? So stream detail view has a vector of video clips, but stream as a model, could we do that? What's the problem? Cannot find type video clips in the schema. Right. So joinable here. What does this do? Allow two tables to be referenced in a join query without providing an explicit on clause. The generated on clause will always join to the primary key of the parent table. This macro removes the need to call on explicitly. You'll still need to invoke allow tables to appear in the same query for these two tables to be used to use as the resulting query. Huh. No, that wouldn't work anyway. Is this? Joinable post users user ID specifies the relation of the tables and the on clause in the following way. Child table. So video clips is the child table. Parent table is streams. Foreign key is stream ID, right? Because video clips has a column called stream ID. Parent table is the table with the primary key. So streams has a primary key of ID. Child table is the table with the foreign key, right? Stream ID. Okay, I guess that's all fine. But this gets interesting, right? Because then we might not be able to do stream detail view from stream anymore. We might have to have a stream with video clips type, maybe? Yeah, I think that'll make sense, and that will then force us to, like, if we take stream detail view and yeah, then here, instead of being from stream, we'll say from stream with video clips, which we haven't defined yet. And then derive debug. Yep. I guess there's not a way to that's just out of date. There's not a way to say, oh, I have this existing struct. Now take it and make a struct just like it, but add another field. There's not a way to do that, is there? You know, an extend stream. Nope. Worth a shot. Is there a way of doing that? Rust extend struct. Yeah, I don't want to have to redefine a new struct. No. You can embed the struct inside the other struct. use generics. But I mean, that's the same thing, isn't it? As the composition thing above. Pretty close. Okay. I don't like it. Okay, so stream is defined in models. So we take this goes away because that doesn't work. And then stream with video clips looks like this. And then that's just that. And it just works, except for the parts that don't, right? Because now we've taken away the implementation of from stream for stream detail view. So those places that were doing that no longer work. So instead, we need to implement something that will allow us, like we need to build this something of this kind of struct. Right, so let's see if Copilot let result equals. Nope. Not that. So what I want is a... Okay, let's do this inside of here. So if we get a successful... let result equals result match result, right? Because we need to unpack. So result here is the result of getting the row, right? Getting the row representing the stream. Now what we want to do is based on that, we want to then also... Actually, we already have the ID of the stream. So let's say we get let video clips result equals. Can we please get the video clips for the stream? Okay. So now we have an option of a video clip, maybe. Oh, this is still complaining about this down here. Okay, because this line 34, used to be where this was. That's just out of date. So if I save, wow, okay. Copilot produced something that actually looks good. So now this is optionally a video clip. We could do something else. Instead of having some and none, what we could do is we could return the list of video clips if they are there. Otherwise, just an empty vec. That way we always have an empty vec. And this is a vec of video clip. Then we have our stream. So we can say let result be... Ooh. Maybe this is better. Using a tuple? Can we have a tuple that instead of defining this struct, we can compose the two values together? So we do from, but instead of it being from stream with video clips, it's stream vec of video clip. Let's see, and then can we destructure like this? I have no idea. Cannot find value stream. Okay. it doesn't know about video clip. Let's import that. Okay, well, Copilot seems to think that that syntax is right. Vec video clips. Mismatched. Okay, so now impl from video clip. Ooh, actually to video clip inline view for video clip. And then it just generated it for us. Now, we need to import to. No? I thought that was a to, like the opposite of a from. Copilot, can you help me? Okay. Nope, it can't. From is a trait. Oh, into. Well, fine. That's just fine. Is the method then also called into? Duration is PG interval. The resulting duration is a string. I think I implemented something that converts. Where was that conversion code that converted a PG interval into ISO 8601? Well, this says the opposite. I guess I could just implement the opposite, right? Parse duration to string takes an optional PG interval and returns result. I mean, I think this is always a string. I don't think we need it to be a result or an option or anything like that. So if there is a duration from our optional PG interval, then we're going to return that. Otherwise, we're going to return PT0S. No. Actually, no, because if there is no if like this is none, then we also want to return none. Right? Or do we? No, the kind of the opposite of this would be to always make it a 0-second duration. Okay, why is this unhappy? Yeah. From STD time duration from micros? No. What is this from method? From, okay, that's not helpful. Do I do this somewhere else? No. Don't I use from micros somewhere? I do the opposite. Huh. Confused. Can we look at this? Wait, what do I need? I don't need ISO 8601 here. I want it to use Chronos. Or Chrono. Duration, microseconds. Yeah. Something like that? Does that work? No, it doesn't have a microseconds. It has a... What is... Yeah, it's a PG interval. That's not what I clicked on. It's not what I tried to click on anyway. Yeah, it has a microseconds. Okay, and then toString. There we go. Now we should get an ISO 8601 duration or interval from the PG interval, if it's provided. Otherwise, it just defaults to 0 seconds. So now, here, we should be able to use that parse duration to string. Maybe it should be called like convert, but whatever. And then, of course, those things need to be imported. And this takes an option of a PG interval, but I guess we could also just make this take a PG interval. It does make it simpler, doesn't it? Yep. All right. And then video clips. So we do video clip inline. Wait, does that give this a method? No, I don't know how this works. For impl into video clip inline view for video clip. Oh. I mean, that works, but it doesn't, right? Because we have a vec of video clip. What we want is a vec of, there we go, video clips into iter. So we take control of the vector and we map to convert each item in the vector into our inline view of the video clip, and then we collect the iterator. Does that work? It seems to like it. And so now we have this implementation for stream detail view to take our tuple of stream and a list of video clips and turn it into a stream detail view that has the video clips. All right, so now, does this work? Move occurs because value has type stream, which does not implement the copy trait. Right. Okay, we don't need to get... This is unnecessary. Right, we don't need to match result and get the stream. Like this bit is unnecessary, right? Because we have the stream ID already. It's called record ID. And then that let is not necessary either. And then all the extra duplicate, there we go. All right, so let's read this. So create schema, video clips, DSL, video clips. So that's the thing that refers to the video clips table. We filter to find video clips that have a stream ID that matches the record ID. And then we select all the columns, and then we load from the connection, and we await. And so this needs a type annotation. I mean, it's really cool that we get this like preview of, oh, here's the type that it arrives at, but it's not real text. It's just in the way. It's sometimes hard to tell, like, where the fake text here is and isn't, and where the real text is. Anyway, this is a result of vec of video clip and something. Okay. That is the right type. Well, this says it's the right type. And then, okay, this is vec. Oh, then we run this match and then we don't do anything with it. Cool. Let's just call this video clips, and then we can do let video clips equals that. There we go. And so this is a vec of video clip, which means we have the right type to pass into stream detailed view from, which means get one works-ish. Now, if we go back to the UI, oh right, if we redeploy, and then we go to the UI, what we should see when we look at the record is we will see that it doesn't have any video clips. But it should hopefully work, assuming everything compiles. Nope. All right. Onwards. Right, so we changed the stream detail view, so it no longer has a from stream. So that means that our other views are broken. But what we can do is we can cheat. At least in the case of create, we're not going to support creating the record with there we go. With also initial video clips. So for create, we can just pass in an empty vector, and it will just do the thing. And then the other one is for update. Update is also going to be broken by the change. But for update, what we need to do is we need to probably just copy and paste the code from get one. Should be very similar because we still have the record ID. Now, a thing that calls to me doing this is that here are two independent database queries. But we're doing one and then we're waiting for it to complete and then we're doing the other one. Why not do both at the same time? But I don't really know how to do that right now, so that will be a future optimization. All right, copy and paste for the win, maybe, assuming this compiles. All right, so, and then we shouldn't even need to restart the front end because we haven't made any front end changes. So let's just go into here and we'll open a stream and let's see, probably just do a hard refresh. Okay, why are there video clips? Is that in the response? Did we make a video clip? Did we point? Is this a real thing or is it a fake thing? Where's PG admin? Do we have video clips? View edit data all rows. There is. There is one, and it's associated to a stream ID, I think. Maybe? Yeah. The one that ends in C4A9. Is that the one we're on? It is. So here we go. We have real data coming from the database showing up. We have our video clip titled test2 with a duration and a start time of 0 seconds. Pretty useless. But it demonstrates that there's a thing that works here. Now, the other thing we need to do is, like, if we add another video clip here, call it test5, and we click save. So that request succeeds to put the 2 video clips. We saw this before, but you can see in the response there's still only 1. And if we go back into C4A9 here, there's still only 1 video clip. We saw a brief flash where it still had the old information, but then the request to the backend completed, and it saw there was only 1, so it flushed that information. And the reason is because we've not actually implemented anything to take the list of video clips that are sent in along with the update to the stream record itself and actually save that. So to do that, we need to do that here. Why are we supporting updating the stream ID? Oh, we're on video clip. That's why. I should look at the update handler for stream. Okay, there we go. So currently we can update these fields on the stream. And so we do that update. And we get an update stream request. So one of the things we need to do is we need to modify update stream request to take the list of video clips. Optionally, now, going back to a thing maybe an hour ago, I said we could make the video clip inline view, like have one for representing the data used for like an update versus creation. And I decided at that time I was going to support both. I was going to just use one struct for both. So that means here I probably just want to use a vec of video clip inline view. One of the things I do, well, a couple of things worth noting. One, probably in the UI, I want to mark fields as being required. So we can kind of see a little bit of that. If I go into here and I go to say title, and I say, oh, title is required. We'll have to update the front end to actually see that, but you can do that since it's not optional here. The other thing is we could probably add validation logic to the handler itself to validate the data coming in. I guess that's going to somewhat happen anyway when Serde uses like deserializes this. If stuff is missing, it will fail. But we're gonna keep on marching ahead here. So in update, we are stream. Oh, right. So here we're getting the list of video clips back, right? But before we do that, how do we want to do this? So one thing we can't do, apparently, is we can't do an update and use get results. Or maybe we can use get results. Do I still have the diesel docs open somewhere? Here we go. So there's get results, and there's get results. Run the command, returning a vec with the affected rows. This is an alias for load, but with a name that makes more sense for insert or update and delete statements. It's an alias for load. So let's look at the docs for load. What I'm wondering about is if we could update all of the rows. Oh no, how's that gonna work actually? How are we gonna do kind of this bulk? Essentially an upsert. Right? Because we're going to have rows sent to us in that video clips vector. And we need to either create a new record if there's no ID, or update the existing record if there is an ID. I suspect it's not going to be, I don't know, we'll have to look at the docs here some more and figure things out. But I did want to look at what the load says. So executes the given query. So you like build a query and then you call the load method, and when using the query builder, the return type can be a tuple of the values or a struct which implements queryable. When this method is called on SQL query, the return type can only be a struct which implements queryable by name. For insert, update, and delete operations, where only a count of affected is needed, execute should be used instead. Okay, so if we use this and not execute, because we want more than the count of affected rows, what's that do? It doesn't really say explicitly, does it? Ooh. You might want to consider using derive selectable plus diesel check for backend your backend type. I thought we had that in some places, but we're definitely sometimes getting compiler errors when fields don't match. Anyway, select users load. Okay, they don't really have an example of doing like an update. Is there execute load, get results first? Is there a, so there's a query DSL, there's a run query DSL, there's a save changes DSL, sugar for types which implement both as change set and identifiable. Okay, so this is like, this is a identifiable change set struct. What if we had a list of them? Query source queryable, run query DSL. So run query DSL. Oh, that's where we were just at. There's query DSL. There's 26 methods. So here's how you build the query. Distinct, select, count, order. So if we search for diesel rust upsert. Oh, there is an upsert. Module diesel upsert. Types and functions related to Postgres and SQLite's on-conflict clause. Okay. See the methods on insert statement for usage examples. Insert on conflict do nothing. Here's an example. Oh, a vec of records. Okay. Insert into users values. So it's making it's, I guess, effectively inserting two rows, right? They both have the ID 1. On conflict do nothing. So is there a, there's probably a method to say to do something else, isn't there? Returning name. Oh. On conflict, adds an on conflict to the insert statement if a conflict occurs for the given unique constraint. So here is, okay, this is it creating a unique index on a table. Yep, and then insert into users values. Same ID, different name. On conflict ID, do nothing. Load. Insert into users values, same name, different ID. On conflict ID, do nothing. Okay. Multiple columns is the target. On duplicate key. What else you got? Auto trade implementation. Okay. I still don't have a, I don't really have a picture in my head of how this is supposed to work. Let's just try to do something. So again, the updating of the video clips, or really, maybe we should say the inserting of the video clips, and if the record already exists, then we do an update, is independent of updating the stream, because we're not supporting, you can't change, we're not changing the primary key of the stream record as part of this operation, right? So we want to, did we change update stream request to take video clips? Okay, so insert stream body.video clips into video clips table, and give back the IDs. I don't think we need the IDs. So we've already implemented something that will get the video clips for the stream, so we'll find those anyway. If there was an efficient way to upsert the video clips and get back the new records without having to make a separate round trip, that would be nice, but I suspect there's not really going to be a good way of doing that. Updating existing records and deleting missing records is also true, right? So the list that we're getting in the put request to this handler should be comprehensive. It should be the full list of video clips, because it's expected that the UI is going to receive the full list of all the video clips. And then if you remove any entries and send that new vector, that new array, back to the backend, that's going to represent removing records that aren't there. Updating existing. Okay, so insert, update, delete, all in one go. So Copilot's thinking. I can see it spinning down in the bottom right. Okay, it made a big thing. Okay, so it has 3 versions of this. So if let some video clips equals body.video clips, for video clip and video clips, then we parse the video clip duration value. Okay, and the start time, and then we do an insert into video clips where we set the title and the description and the URI and the duration, start time, stream ID equals record ID, on conflict for the ID, do an update, set all the things, get results. Interesting. I don't think we need to get result. What are the other variations here? Okay, it's just a comment. Okay. I mean, I think this is maybe kind of a good start. There's something though. Let me just let it kind of finish. Semicolon. Yeah, there's some problems, but expected an option, but expected an option of a string, and it's just a string because it's not optional here. So this video clip, this is a video clip inline view, and perhaps what we want to do is make a way to convert a video clip inline view back into a video clip, like a change set, right? Because that's what we're building here, is a change set. Oh well, here anyway. Is this? Records type U. U is insertable. Huh. And then here, set takes changes, which it has the trait as change set for target T. So potentially, what we want to do here is we want to do like a pub struct video clip change set. Something like that, but with more things. Yeah. That one. So when we are doing the update here, at least the, I guess we have to do all the things, right? We need to add all of the columns here, and then I guess we need to do another one that is a pub struct video clip insertable, right? Yeah, like that, sort of. I guess there should be an optional ID as well. I could have sworn I declined. You hit decline on a call and it still rings. Okay, anyway. How's this supposed to work, right? So this is supposed to be on conflict ID. But we're not passing ID. So I think that's just an oversight here, but I'm pretty sure the insertable struct that I'm building, pub ID, should be like that. I didn't use undeclared crate. What are you complaining about? Failed to resolve. Use of undeclared crate or module video clip insertables. What does it mean? Oh, right. So we're supposed to probably have an annotation here. And then the video clip change set should be exactly like this, except without an ID. Except everything is optional. Title, description, URI, duration, start time, and then stream ID and all the rest of the things. So the reason I'm doing all this is that instead of like putting all of the conversion code here directly in the handler, then I can just say, you know, how to convert. I mean, I could leave it all in the handler, but I could also make a an implementation of what into for these. To take the video clip inline view type. There we go. And then derive a way to arrive at this, right? So we do like impl into video clip insertable. for that. Is that how that syntax goes? Yeah, I mean, we do need to import the struct, but I think this has to be the other way around, right? Because we can't... I mean, it is in this crate. Could have sworn I set it to instrumental only, but what are you going to do? Okay, so I guess that works. I guess if it was in a different crate, then I think we wouldn't be able to do it this way. But yeah, so this should allow us to take a video clip inline view and convert it into an insertable. And then this is complaining. Found enum option. Okay. I mean, this should be option. Right. Okay. So we need to convert the string into UUID. We don't have a description on video clip inline view, so we can't set that. And it is it's not an optional field. We'll set it to an empty string. ToString, yeah, there you go. And then we'll have to do the rest of the, like, stream ID has to be converted to be oh right, video clip inline view doesn't have a stream ID, right? Because we didn't include it in there. So to make this work, we need to maybe I do want to change this around. So we do from this for this. Right, that will allow you to then call video clip insertable : from and then pass a video clip inline view. Except this type needs to be right, and then this is a from. Clip and stream ID, something like this, and then we just make this a tuple, so we can have a, I guess it's UUID, isn't it? And it's not happy about that type, but I think I'm gonna have to pause here, which is great. Lots of errors. What I'm going to do is I'm going to commit all the changes so far. Look at all the changes. Progress on video clips in streams on stream. And then the other thing I have been doing, I don't suppose there's a way for me to see the get tags in here, is there? What does view as tree do? Nothing. Okay. Get tag. Create a tag. So we're going to call this, what have I been doing? Like 2023, 11:30 stream. Progress. Checkpoint for today's stream. Okay, and then I need to push that, and then tag push, no, push tags. And I found this really helpful because I'm not working I'm not doing branches or anything like that. It's just me working on this right now, and it's all very early days. But it's helpful to have the tag, because then in GitHub, I can see wherever web browser is. There we go. We can see the tags, and then you can do things like compare. Although it's kind of difficult to get to the compare view. So if we go to there, and then how do you get to the compare view? So if oh, there we go. So if I get to the tag, I can compare, and then I can just click itself, and then let's say later today or tomorrow, or sometime between now and the next coding stream, which will be Sunday morning. Again, we'll be doing another one of these coding streams, probably picking up where we left off. What I'll be able to do is I'll be able to go and compare main to what was tagged from today, and I'll be able to review kind of what's changed and like problems that were solved between now and then. So I do have to kind of wrap things up now, because I have a thing I have to do just in a couple minutes. So thanks so much for coming out, watching the stream. I don't know why okay, there's the credits. Thanks so much for supporting the stream by just being here. It's appreciated. Yeah. All right. Let's see if there's someone that I know that's streaming that we could raid. Oh, there's a channel called Programming is Fun. I guess I'll have to raid Programming is Fun. So off you go. So again, thanks so much. And we are ready to go. So until next time, take care. Bye-bye for now.